Great moments are born from great opportunity, and that's what you have here tonight.
That's what you've earned here tonight.
One game.
If we played them 10 times, they might win 9.
But not this game. Not tonight.
Tonight we compete with them. Tonight we stay with them. And we shut them down. Because we can.
Tonight we are the greatest hockey team.
Greatest hockey team in the world.
You were born to be hockey players.
Every one of you. And you were meant to be here tonight.
This is your time.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great hockey team they have.
Forget them.
This is your time.
Now go out there and take it.
Welcome to the 8th annual CLE Plane Pool benefiting the Special Olympics of Ohio. I'm your host, Leah Haslage, coming to you from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, which is celebrating their 92nd anniversary this year. Teams of 20 will be competing by pulling a united Boeing 737 12 feet in the fastest time. We just caught up with communications manager for the airport, Michelle Dinya, and here's more. Michelle, it's so exciting. It's the 8th annual Plane Pool. Tell us about today's event.
Well, we're really excited. We have some new partners this year. We have Sam's Club and Sheetz joining in with all the fun. United's back again to provide the plane. And, we got 53 teams today, so we're really excited to get this party started and start raising some money.
So for people that this is their first time watching this, tell us about the Plane Pool.
So what the Plane Pool is you gather a team of 20 people. It's $750 to register your team. That boils down to roughly $35 a person, or you can fundraise for the event. We encourage fundraising because any dollar above $750 is obviously welcome. And then you get your team out here, you get in front of a 737 and you grab a rope and you start pulling.
Now, it's not just the Plane Pool today. We're also celebrating 92 years of Hopkins International Airport. That's really exciting.
Most people don't know we are the first municipally owned airport in the country. So yes, we are celebrating 92 years, and we're really excited about that. So we just want to get the community out here, get them involved, and let everybody have a good time out here today.
Now, also special today, the Browns are back involved, and they're even more involved this year.
Yeah, they have Ibrahim Campbell, defensive back, coming out here today to sign some autographs. Chomps will be here. They have a couple alumni coming out as well, but they're also taking a nice big step for us today. So our top fundraising team is going to get 20 passes, because it's teams of 20, to go to training camp, and they are going to get the VIP treatment at training camp today. So that's really exciting and helps encourage people to get that money in and raise that money for Special Olympics.
Yes, very cool. Now, how can people get more involved if they want to come out here and do this next year?
Sure. CLE Plane Pool is the website, planepool.org. Go to the website. You can look at it. It has all the stuff for this year now. At some point in the beginning of next year, we'll re-up it and get it ready for the following year. But you can always log on to that website and get event information there.
And for anything with the airport, of course, follow you on Twitter for all information.
Yes, Going Places CLE, our Facebook page, our Instagram, anything. You can follow us, and we'll always be posting updates and letting you know when it's time to start signing up again.
Thanks, Michelle. Now, here are the rules. Teams of 20 will compete to pull a Boeing 737 airplane 12 feet in the fastest time. Each team will be allowed one practice pool and one pool for time. Trophies will be awarded to the top 3 teams in the men's, co-ed, women's, and public safety divisions. Each co-ed team must have at least 8 women. Each team is required to raise at least $750, but are encouraged to raise even more, as prizes are awarded for top team and individual fundraiser. Now, back to the tarmac. Our first team up is CCBDD, the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and this is not their first time competing here at the CLE Plane Pool. Last year they did pretty good, and I think this team looks like they're pretty strong, and they're gonna pull this United Boeing 737 pretty far and pretty fast. They have team members that are part of the organization, and so it's really good to see them come out and get involved as well. This United Airlines Boeing 737 that they're about to pull weighs up to 150,000 pounds. And these teams today, starting with the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities, is going to have to pull it 12 feet in the fastest time. And it sounds like they are ready. Look at them go. Oh my gosh. Our estimated time is about 10.16 seconds. That is pretty fast, you guys. Next up, we have Sam's Club. It's nice to see a national retailer have our local chapter get involved in this event today. And this is the first time I think I've seen Sam's Club participate here at the CLE Plane Pool. Now again, all these teams today, you know, they had to fundraise a minimum of $750 to even begin to participate in today's event. All the funds that they're raising for today is going to go towards the Special Olympics of Ohio. Special Olympics of Ohio provides year-round sports training and competition opportunities for adults and children with intellectual disabilities, giving them opportunities to develop physical fitness. Here goes Sam's Club. They are really moving. Nice work, Sam's Club. Up next, we have a Recess Creative, who is returning once again to the CLE Plane Pool. They come out year after year, and they do really well. They're usually in the top spots, and they raise a lot of money for the Special Olympics of Ohio, and like I said, they always do really, really well. So let's see how they're going to do this year. It's really nice to see this team back out once again. They are moving really fast. Like I said, they're usually one of the teams to beat. Unofficial time for Recess Creative is 7.65 seconds. Definitely a top contender right now. Nice work, Recess Creative. Next up, we have the Cleveland Freight Association, and this is Team 1. They have multiple teams this year, and it's really nice to see that the organization decided to get so many employees involved, and I'm sure maybe even some family and friends, and competing, and not just competing, but raising money for the Special Olympics of Ohio. Having more than one team, that's definitely going to be pulling in generous donations to the organization. This looks like a strong team. Here we go. There is some strong-looking people on this team. And with an unofficial time of 6.33 seconds. That is now the new time to beat unofficially. And as you can see so far, these are co-ed teams. They're teams of 20, and you have to have at least 8 women, I believe it is, per team. This United Boeing 737 that they just pulled, again, is up to 150,000 pounds, and they just pulled it 12 feet in a little over 6 seconds. That is incredible. As you can see, there's more fun and games also here. It's not just about pulling the plane. We have a kids zone that has slides, obstacle courses, a sports arena, basketball, and cornhole. Those inflatables are so huge, and the kids look like they're having such a great time out here. We also have food trucks, like a Fire Truck Pizza Company, East Coast Custard, one of my favorites, and the Fired Up Taco Truck. And like Michelle mentioned earlier, the Cleveland Browns, who is always a generous sponsor of this event, is back here in the house, giving away prizes and letting kids and adults get to meet chomps. And who doesn't love chomps, am I right? Next up is Cleveland Freight Association's second team. Again, it's great to see so many employees and family and friends of the Cleveland Freight Association get involved in today's event, which is benefiting the Special Olympics of Ohio. I'm sure they were competing to fundraise, and now they're going to be competing to pull this United Boeing 737. And again, just like the first team, this team looks pretty strong and ready to win. All right. I mean, they're not just competing against all these other teams. They're competing against their fellow co-workers. They have an unofficial time of 8.85 seconds. Nice job, Cleveland Freight Association, Team 2. All right, here is the third team from Cleveland Freight Association. You know, teams 1 and 2, they pulled this plane in 6 to 8 seconds, and which is incredible, because again, they're pulling this over 150,000 pound plane 12 feet, and they have to do it in the fastest time. So I'm curious to see how Team 3 is going to do compared to their fellow employees and friends. They look ready, and they look really happy to be participating in today's event. Everyone here looks so excited. All right, here we go. They're moving, they're moving. Great job, Team 3. So far, it's looking neck and neck for them with Freight Association's Team 1. All right, for the fourth and final team from Cleveland Freight Association is coming up to the rope. And they have some competition with their, again, with their fellow employees and friends, because 6 seconds, or slightly over 6 seconds, seems to be the unofficial time to beat. There's a lot of people here supporting all of these teams today and getting to enjoy all the fun and games and food out in the parking lot. Here we go. They're moving. They are on a mission. So far, the last of the Freight Association has been the unofficial best. Great job to all the people involved with the Cleveland Freight Association in participating in today's event. All right, this is so exciting because United Airlines has supplied the plane for the plane pool the past 8 years, but this is the first time United has had a team competing in the event. It's really nice to see United be so involved this year with also participating, because that means they're also fundraising money for the Special Olympics. And we really appreciate United for donating the plane every year, and this is their involvement, but this is to the next level and so exciting. I can't wait to see how they're gonna do in this year's plane pool. And they're off. I wonder if they've been practicing since they have access to a plane. All right, United Airlines with an unofficial first time for them at 7.60 seconds. They're so proud, and great job, United. You should be. You did awesome work. Again, I wonder if they, you know, practice a little bit. So the United Airlines Boeing 737, which you just saw Team United do, it weighs up to 150,000 pounds. And these people are pulling it 12 feet in the fastest time once again. And they're doing it all for the great cause of the Special Olympics of Ohio, which again provides year-round sports training and competition opportunities for adults and children with intellectual disabilities, giving them opportunities to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, and experience joy as they participate in the sharing of gifts and friendship with their own families, their peers, and the community. And I must say, this United plane is really beautiful. It's always fun to see these teams come out year after year and get a chance to pull it. I mean, not many people can say that they pulled a United airplane. I'm here with Cassandra and Zoe, who are with Team Constant Aviation. Cassandra, talk to us about how you got involved in this event.
I got involved because my fiance, Michael Tomaselli, he works for the company, and he also has a brother that's special needs. So we got involved because Mark used to do special needs on Special Olympics until recently, so then we got involved, and he's actually here with us. He's been playing ever since, too, pulling.
That's wonderful. And you said this is your second year?
This is my second year pulling, but we've been pulling for 3 years now.
And you said this year you guys have doubled.
We doubled our teams this year. We went from 3 to 6.
Now, are you just going to be going in co-ed, or are you going to be part of the women's series as well?
I'm on the co-ed team, and then I'm the alternate for women's. And this is the first women's team, and I said something to the owner at the air show. We need a women's team, and he looked at Michael and he said, "Make it happen."
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, the fundraising aspect of this is obviously a huge part. And how do you guys raise the funds to do this event?
I really don't know that part of it, but last year they did a raffle. But I don't really know what they did this year because Michael was out of town a lot this year, so I don't know what they did this year.
Now, why should someone want to come out and get involved next year?
Because brings a lot of help and smiles to all the kids that are involved in it, and it's a good cause. And nowadays there's not many good causes, but today this is one of the best ones.
Thank you so much, Cassandra, and good luck to you today.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Constant Aviation Team 1. Much like the Freight Association, Constant Aviation has got a few teams involved this year. And Constant Aviation has been participating since the beginning here with the CLE plane pool, and we love seeing them come out year after year, and they're always really good competition at this event. And it's really nice to see them get involved. They're right over here by Hopkins International Airport. And the company just does great work. Good luck to Team 1. Okay, and they're off. Here's Constant Aviation Team 1. Great job, Constant Aviation Team 1. All right, next up we have Constant Aviation Team number 2. Again, Constant Aviation has been involved in this event since the beginning, and they're located right over here by Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Great company, and so great to see them once again getting involved at this event. Look at them go. They are definitely in it to beat their fellow teammates. All right, next up is Constant Aviation Team number 3. It's great to see Constant Aviation have so many employees and family and friends come out today to support the Special Olympics of Ohio. They have some stiff competition with teams 1 and 2 for their organization. But I can tell that they're excited to do this, and they're going to do awesome. Look at them go. They are in this to win this. Great job, Team 3 from Constant Aviation. All right, I'm here with John Gouda, who's the director for United Airlines here in Cleveland. John, welcome, and
Thanks,
happy
Liz.
plane pool.
Absolutely. Happy plane pool to you, too.
Now, talk to us about United, not just giving the plane once again, but this year you have a team involved.
Absolutely. We're very happy to be supporting the Special Olympics of Ohio. Especially, it feels good for us when we have our aircraft in use, but we also want to have a team here to support, too. And for the first time this year, we have a team of 20 of our employees from different departments in Cleveland participating. We're very happy to be here.
And now also there's a fundraising aspect to this. So
absolutely.
How did everyone come together to pool the funds to go towards Special Olympics?
They did. It's a team effort, and people working with family and friends, and also from co-workers across the airport. And it's very key for us to support our community.
Now, with this being your first plane pool,
yes.
What are you thinking so far of seeing these people pull this plane 12 feet in the fastest time?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to see it's our plane, first of all. And secondly, this is my first time. I just came to Cleveland in February, and it's just an absolutely amazing event and coming together of the whole community.
Now, how can people get more information about United and upcoming things that you might be involved in?
Yeah, there's a couple of ways. We have a big team here in Cleveland and a big presence, and any of our team can help here. Otherwise, people can find us at united.com.
Great, John. Thank you so much, and good luck to Team United.
Thanks, Leah.
Up next, we have Phoenix Steel. Great company here in Cleveland, Ohio. They look ready to go, and here they go. Some strong people here pulling. Nice job, Phoenix Steel. That was fast. All right, up next we have Team DiGeronimo Companies. This is the first time for this team here at the CLE plane pool. You know, we really appreciate both the newcomers and those that have stayed constant with us over the last 8 years. They're raising so much money for the Special Olympics of Ohio, which at the core is what this event is all about. It is not easy to pull that United Boeing 737, weighing over 150,000 pounds, but these teams are doing it, and they're doing it at such a great speed.
And they're doing it with enthusiasm. I mean, that's the great thing about it.
Exactly.
I think if it wasn't necessarily the Special Olympics, not the same enthusiasm.
That's right. Now I'm here with Robert Kennedy, who's the director, the new director for the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Director, happy first plane pool.
Yes.
And 92nd anniversary of Hopkins Airport.
That's right. A lot of firsts for me, being here in Cleveland with the plane pool and getting to enjoy the great community engagement, not only at the airport but the greater Cleveland community. I constantly tell my friends that and colleagues in my other positions I've had, I have just absolutely come to the best airport around and the best city around. It's been great.
That's so wonderful to hear. So tell us about the anniversary for the airport now that you're coming in, and it's our 92nd anniversary. It's a good time.
It's 92nd anniversary, as you said. We got a lot of great things going on at the airport. We're working on customer service. We're working on amenities. We just opened a few weeks ago our mother's room to help support those travelers, ladies that have young ones at home that they're taking care of while they're doing their job. I can't imagine having to do 2 jobs at once like that. I have a hard time enough doing my own, just one. We're adding customer service people into the terminal, and when we look at the amount of new seats by the airlines, what they're putting into the marketplace, we have a lot of growth. And in fact, our origin and destination traffic is back to where it was 10 years ago.
Oh, wow. Up next, we're going to have Team Dupont, Team Aero. Dupont has been with us at the plane pool before, and let's see how they're going to do in 2017. Director, you mentioned the amenities, and I love seeing all the new stuff you have going on, especially now you can track wait times.
Yes.
Before you even get to the airport.
That is a recent development that we did. You can look on your smartphone, see what the wait times, make decisions on which checkpoint you want to go through. And then very shortly, we'll also be able to track availability of parking on our website. We want to be able to inform the traveler, our guest, if you will, what's going on at the airport prior to them getting there so you can make the best decisions. And the team here is all focused upon how do we serve. And we serve so many communities here. The airport is a huge influence within the Northeast Ohio. What's the best way for us to do that? And I got to tell you, our IT guys came up with a wait time. They did it all in-house. They did it very economical compared to some stuff that we could have gone out here and bought. So it's not only IT, it's our operations. The first time in the 92-year history of this airport, we have a landside operations that is focused on that pre-security side of the house because our traffic numbers are going up. Even if you go back 5 years ago, this year we're expecting almost 2 million more people to influence the terminal, the checkpoints, the roadway system than we had 5 years ago.
That's incredible.
It is incredible. And all the things that we see in the future, the near-term future, nobody knows about the economy and what's going to go there. But in the near term, there's a lot of confidence by the carriers in Cleveland, and they're adding capacity, which is great. More options, and then also with options and competition comes lower airfares.
That's right.
Go more places at less cost.
Exactly. And speaking of competition, look at the competition today with these teams. I mean, we just saw Team Dupont, and I think Get Air Middleburg is coming up next. These teams today are just incredible.
This is not the most that we've ever had in teams, but it's very close. And with what we're raising this year, it takes us over $300,000 for the 8 years that we've been doing it, and to a great cause.
Yeah, and that's all, again, going to the Special Olympics of Ohio. Up next, we have Get Air Middleburg, also a great local team, great local company, and I believe they're first-timers as well here at the CLE plane pool. And that's the great thing, too, Director. We see so many new teams come out, but then we see those teams like Recess Creative and Constant Aviation that have been here since the beginning.
Yes.
And just showing that, support for both Hopkins and for the Special Olympics of Ohio is just pretty incredible of these people.
And yes, they support the airport, but I think it's more and Special Olympics, but I think it's more about the community here. I've had the blessing of working at or around a lot of airports over my career, and the sense of community here in Cleveland is extremely strong. And it's I say it's giving back. Everybody is not necessarily worried about themselves and what's in it for them, but what's the greater good, the higher moral value, if you please.
And that's what I feel like you have been doing, you and your team at the airport, because you're looking out for the customers, you're looking out for those of us in the community traveling to and from this great airport.
Absolutely. We look at every aspect, from our custodial people to our engineers to our executives. We're all here to serve, and it's the many communities that we serve here.
Thank you so much for meeting with us today, Director, and look forward to many more plane pools and more things happening here at Hopkins International Airport.
We'll have to get a TV20 team out there next year.
I know, right?
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Director.
Bye-bye.
All right, next up is Team Illuminators. This is first time for them here at the CLE plane pool. All right, here they go. Pulling that United Boeing 737, 12 feet. Fastest time. That was some good time right there. Mark, tell us about Pool for You getting involved in today's plane pool.
Well, we're just participants on the team, but Brian Barry, who is the owner of Business on the Move, is a moving company local here right down the street from the airport, and he's coordinated us, getting us involved. We've worked with him, my son works for him, and we've all got involved for a good cause here.
Now, is this your first time?
This is.
And what are you thinking so far of how this is all looking here?
I'm thinking it's a big plane. It's really big. I thought it was going to be a little Learjet, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully our team's big enough to pull it.
Now, what made his company want to get involved in the event? Did he give you any background about being involved in trying to raise money for Special Olympics of Ohio?
Yeah, he did. His wife helps head up that operation, that side of the house. So they were very instrumental in getting everybody rallied around it.
And now that you've learned a little bit about the organization, how do you feel about participating for that?
We like everything about the Special Olympics. I mean, we support it whenever we can. It's a great cause, so we're glad to be here.
Good luck to you guys today.
Thank you.
I'm here with President and CEO of the Special Olympics of Ohio, Craig Mackhouse. Did I say it correct this year? Mackhouse. So welcome, and tell us about this being the 8th year of the plane pool and raising funds for Special Olympics of Ohio.
As I said earlier during my opening remarks, that Special Olympics Ohio has two really unique events that seems to draw people out. Our Polar Plunge, which we have one up here in Cleveland, and the plane pool. So we have ways to engage people in unique ways that come out and support the athletes and raise funds for the mission.
Yeah, it's not every day people get to pool a United plane.
Not at all. You don't get often jumping into the lake either with a cold lake anyhow.
Right. So people that may not be familiar with the organization, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're
Next
and there
team's
goes
off.
the next one. We were founded by Eunice Kennedy Shriver nearly 50 years ago, and she had the goal and purpose of providing opportunities for individuals with intellectual disabilities to show that they're more than what people expect out of them. So we're more than just sports. We certainly are using sports as the vehicle to show people the different abilities of people with intellectual disabilities. So we're looking at empowering them to show to build them up as leaders within the community and within our organization. We're a year-round organization. We have over 20 sports that we actively have athletes participating in. And we have 26,000 athletes across the state that are involved with Special Olympics Ohio.
And you have one athlete that's on hand today, and she won the gold, correct?
She came back with the silver, I believe, but she'll correct you, I'm sure. But she was our lone representative for Team USA at the Winter World Games last year in Austria, and she is a dynamic individual. Her and her sister Shay are both incredible spokespeople for the athletes and for the organization and the movement. And she also won an award recently too, so I don't know if she'll mention that when she gets a chance to talk to you. But she is the future of the organization. Her and the other athletes, this is their organization, not the staff, not the volunteers. They're the leaders of this movement.
And there are many Special Olympic athletes that are participating today, correct?
There are. I'm not quite sure how many. I've seen more than I expected, and they're out pulling planes. They're helping with volunteer services, and just cheering on the people that came out to pull the plane.
Now, if someone wants to get involved in the organization, how can they do that?
And the easiest thing is to go to our website, and that's www.sooh.org. And look for us up on social media, Special Olympics Ohio.
And sign up and fundraise for year 9 of the plane pool
Exactly.
and plunge again next year as well.
I didn't see you out there pulling the plane.
I know, I'm doing duty here, but I really want to pull one.
You're going to have to plunge then next February.
Done.
Okay.
Done. I will do that. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Same here.
All right, next up is Team Accurate. This is another first-timer. Look at them go. They are on a mission to win this. All right, next up we have FlexJet Team 1. FlexJet looks like they're ready to flex those muscles and pull that United. We've had some really good teams today, and this team looks like they're going to be some stiff competition. And with a name like FlexJet, I mean, they look excited and they're prepped. Here they go, FlexJet Team 1.
Ah, they're really pulling.
Yes, they are. Good job, FlexJet. And good job to you, Sharita. I'm here with Sharita Taylor and her sister, Shay.
Hi.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
So talk to us about being a part of the Special Olympics of Ohio.
It's amazing. You make a lot of friends, and you also compete in many different events. My sister and I, we do figure skating and golf and track and field. And we've been skating ever since we were 4 years old, so yeah.
And you've had some pretty big accomplishments. Tell us about recently the awards that you have earned.
I got a bronze medal in ice dancing at World Games and 6th place for freestyle. The bronze medal is for ice dancing, and we got recognized by the mayor, and we got proclamation sent out, and last week I won an ESPY award. Yeah.
Nice job.
An honorary
Great job,
ESPY
ladies.
award, because Eunice Kennedy Shriver won the Arthur Ashe Award of Courage, and they awarded 25 athletes, and I was one of them. So
that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so, what does it feel to be a part of this plane pool and seeing people come out and support the Special Olympics of Ohio?
It's so much fun. I've already already pulled one time already, and I'm just getting warmed up.
You guys are both competing then today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what's it like for people that have never experienced getting to pull a plane before? What's it like to be out there and pull this plane?
It's exciting. It gives you such an adrenaline rush when you pull that rope, you know? It's like exercise, but more fun.
So people definitely need to come down here, check this out, and get involved, correct?
Yes. Yes, it's for a good cause. It's for Special Olympics Ohio. We have like a record of, what was it, 54 teams?
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, and it sounds like another team is ready to go. And thank you so much to Sharita and Shay for being here. Congratulations on all your achievements.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And that was Techniform that was just up at the rope, and great job to them. All right, next up is Team Fortney and Wagnet Incorporated. This is the first time we've seen this team here at the CLE Plane Pool. Another newbie, which I love seeing. Here they go. That's a pretty tough team. All right, great job, you guys. It's, you know, not easy, especially the first time. Some of these teams that have been here year after year, you know, they kind of know what to expect and kind of had to work to figure out who's going to be the anchor and so forth. So for these first teams, they're doing excellent for not knowing really what to experience. So nice job to Fortney and Wagnet. Next up, we have Team Eaton, and they're sporting some awesome t-shirts. You know, that's one thing I haven't seen so far so much this year. I mean, there's been team t-shirts, but I haven't really seen any costumes or any kind of theme. So this is a pretty fun look from this team, and nice to see them, one, returning, but two, really get creative with their attire. There's some buff-looking guys on this team. They look like they're gonna be some tough competition. And there's the ladies ready to pull too. And that's the thing with these teams. It's teams of 20 people. There goes Team Eaton. There's teams of 20, but at least 8 have to be a woman. That was fast. That is definitely going to be a team to beat. All right, next up we have Kaio Crew coming up to the ropes. These teams, there are 20 members like I had just been saying, but each member, or each team is required to raise a minimum of $750 to participate, which roughly comes to $37.50 per person, which doesn't seem like that much when you think about it. And that roughly $40 per person, here goes Cairo Crew, for roughly $40 per person going towards the Special Olympics of Ohio is, you know, I think that's just seems like so little to give to such a big event, which is so great why so many teams raise over that amount. These teams are raising over $1,000 to go towards Special Olympics. We're already at over $300,000 to the organization in the 8 years it's been in existence. That was Kaio Crew, and great job, you guys. All right, next team up to the ropes is called Large Plain Pizzas. You know, I was just talking about fun shirts and costumes and themes, but what a fun name. Large Plain, with an E, of course, Pizzas. And this is the first time I can recall seeing them here at the CLE Plane Pool. With such a fun name, it sounds like it's going to be a really fun team. And let's see how they do pulling the Boeing 737 12 feet. And they're off. Large Plain Pizzas. They're moving. Nice job, Large Plain Pizzas. Next up, we have Medina County Career Center, and this is team 1 of 2 for them. It's great to see Medina County Career Center get involved this year in the CLE Plane Pool. Looks like a lot of enthusiastic employees that got involved today, and they're off. There's a lot of ladies on this team too, which is great to see. All right, nice job, Medina County Career Center, Team 1. And they are excited. They know they did awesome. But will they come out on top? As we mentioned earlier, today we're celebrating the 92nd anniversary, well this year, the 92nd anniversary of Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. When it opened in 1925, CLE was the first municipal airport in the country, which is huge. Initially, the airport served as a stop for U.S. airmail planes making coast-to-coast flights. It quickly grew to become a major destination for personal and commercial aircraft. It also led the nation in implementing new airport technology. This includes the world's first radio-controlled air traffic system, the first control tower, and the nation's first airfield lighting system. It's pretty big, right here in our own backyard at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. So many firsts for the country happened here. Happy 92nd anniversary, Hopkins. And a big shout out and thank you again to United for both supplying the plane once again and sponsoring the event, and for having a team come out and get involved. It's really cool to see United be so involved for Special Olympics of Ohio and working with us here at Hopkins International Airport. And that is the beautiful Boeing 737 that these teams are pulling today. Next up is Medina County Career Center Team 2. It's so great to see the Career Center get involved this year and to have so many people come out and support and compete, of course. And all these teams today are competing not just with who can get the fastest plane pool, but they're also in a fundraising competition with each other. Oh, here they go. And that won't be completely determined until the end of today's competition, because these teams are still raising money as they're pulling these planes. Great job, Medina County Career Center Team 2. All right, next up we have the STCF Runway Rockstars. As they approach the rope, we're gonna see what kind of rock stars they are today and pulling this United. And they're off, the STCF Runway Rockstars. They are pulling fast. They know they did good. They're excited. Nice work, STCF Runway Rockstars. You know, and again, this is such a fun experience for people to get to say that they pulled a plane, because it's not every day that someone gets to do that. It's definitely why I think you should get involved next year. Look at planepool.com and check out the clevelandairport.com as well for information on how you can get involved next year. It's just teams of 20. You raise a minimum of $750, but of course we encourage so much more, and it's all going towards the Special Olympics of Ohio. Aside from pulling planes, you know, this event is free and open to the public and has been year after year. We have a kids zone, which has party inflatables, activities like slides and obstacle courses, sports arena, basketball, and of course everyone's favorite, cornhole. We got food trucks. Big thank you to Fire Truck Pizza Company, East Coast Custard, and Fired Up Taco Truck for being here once again. All right, next up is a returning team. It's the Holy Rockport Poolers. This is not a first time for Holy Rockport, so let's see how they do this year returning. It's been some pretty stiff competition out there so far this year, but I know this team is usually pretty strong. And they're off, Holy Rockport Poolers. They are moving. You can tell that this is not their first rodeo. Oh, she almost fell there. That definitely has got to be a time to beat. They were flying. No pun intended. Great job to the Holy Rockport Poolers once again. All right, next up is Meaden and Moore, and I see a special member on that team. It's our very own Shay Taylor, who we just had here a little bit ago, who's part of the Special Olympics of Ohio. She, along with her twin sister Sharita, have won many awards and accolades. And so we know she's a great athlete, and she's going to be a great benefit to have on this team. There's so many people here that have come out to support teammates, friends, family, and of course, Special Olympics of Ohio. And here goes Meaden and more. They're moving and grooving. Great job. Great job to Shay, also out on that team. All right, up next we have Birdtown CrossFit, who is returning to the playing pool once again. And like the name states, CrossFit. They're gonna be tough. They were tough last year. They were definitely a top contender. They probably pull planes in their practice at their CrossFit gym. And they're off. It's not easy. It's over 150,000 pounds that they are pulling with this plane. That's a great job to Birdtown CrossFit. And here with me now is Cleveland City Councilman Brian Casey. Welcome, Councilman.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And thanks again for participating. You said this is your 8th time.
Eighth time. Every time it's been out here, I've been out here pulling with Team CPD.
That's wonderful. So how did you get involved?
I have a daughter who is involved with Special Olympics. And we've been raising money for Special Olympics Ohio and locally for young athletes and MBB for the last 10 years.
Wow. So for an event like this to have started 8 years ago, and as you know, obviously it's benefiting Special Olympics, what does it mean to you to see people come out and to do something as fun and different as this and to help raise all this money to the organization?
What's heartwarming about it is to see the amount of people and the number of teams this has grown. So I believe we have over 53 teams or something like that this year. I remember the first year we had about 10 or 11 teams. We were out of here, pretty quick, and now it's grown to this magnitude. And we're hoping that it just continues to grow and continues to grow as this event becomes more popular. But to see this many people out here, and all to benefit Special Olympics and all the young athletes, it's just overwhelming. It's heartwarming.
And so many great organizations get involved too, like United, who supplies the plane and got involved with the team this year.
The collaboration is unbelievable. I mean, between the city of Cleveland and CLE, the airport, and United, and you see the different plethora of businesses that are involved. Cleveland Police,
You win a lot.
We
you guys are always on top.
Well, I'll tell you what we do. We do win enough that we can't get the fire EMS out here again because
Could you keep beating them?
we keep educating them.
Bragging rights right there.
Yeah, well, when we've been successful, we have Team CPD, and we spend about 6 weeks raising money. This year we've raised over $5,000, our team alone, and it all goes to Special Olympics Ohio, and I couldn't be more happier.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see the Cleveland Police and you, Councilman, get involved year after year. And another organization that's been involved for a long time has been the Cleveland Browns. They do a great partnership, too, and they're offering VIP experience this year to kind of boost those sales for everybody.
They've been here every year as well. I mean, every time we have anything with Special Olympics, and we reach out to the Cleveland Browns, they've always been a great partner, an awesome partner, and even the guys that come out are into it. They understand, they get it. And we couldn't ask for a better partner with the Browns as well.
So for people watching, if they're interested in doing this, but they kind of feel intimidated maybe because it's pulling a plane, what can you tell them?
It's not as intimidating once you get out there. I mean, you do have 20 people, but you are moving a 100,000 pound plane, and it is heavy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but you have the help of your teammates.
Cleveland Police do make it look easy. You guys, your team always kind of makes it look like it's nothing.
It is something. I mean, it's not light. I can tell you that much right there. But it's just the adrenaline gets going. You You want to get that plane moving as fast as you can. And then the whole reason that everybody's out here, nobody's out here for attaboys for themselves or anything like that. Everything's, for the kids and the athletes of Special Olympics.
And not just the camaraderie for you guys as a team pulling this plane, there's a camaraderie in fundraising.
Oh, absolutely. It becomes competitive in that sense as well. We were just over at our own tent. We have our own little tent over here, and we see the amount of money that we raise, and we know that we have a goal of always being the top fundraising team. So everybody's reaching into their pockets. Here's another 10. Here's and nobody seems to care because they all know where the money's going, and they know that it's going for a great cause.
And so many Special Olympic athletes get involved in this as well.
Absolutely. Our women's division today is we have Sharita Taylor going to pull with us. Sharita's a good friend of mine, good personal friend, and she's going to help pull the plane with the CPD women today. So I always love to see when an athlete involved with Special Olympics gets involved with everybody else, and we can see the trophies right there, and we have plenty sitting around. With my daughter comes up to cheer us on, and it's funny because Captain Salzers puts the team together and everything, and I probably have 6 of those trophies because he's always like, give it to Brianna. She's our kind of our athlete that we've adopted and everything. So it's just the competitiveness of it. It's not like a knockdown, drag out. Nobody's fighting anybody.
Right.
But
it's
the
all
competitive, exactly, all in good fun for raising the dollars.
It's also fun for the public just to come out here. It's a free event.
Oh,
absolutely. So much to do.
Yeah,
Great for families.
we've got the bounce houses, we've got the rocket ship going on, we got food trucks, and you see so many families just hanging out, watching the plane pull. Maybe not actually involved in it, but it's a free event for everybody, and it's one of our biggest this year.
Well, thank you again for being involved once again and for talking with us here today.
All right, thank you.
Yes, great.
Okay.
Next to you, Councilman.
All
Good
right.
luck.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll see a trophy again coming from you. Great job to CrossFit CLE. Of course, another CrossFit team, and they're tough. They're tough to beat. Thank you again to Councilman Brian Casey. That was just so wonderful to hear. His involvement in CPD, coming out year after year and raising money. And organizations like CrossFit CLE, who we just saw, they're fundraising for the Special Olympics of Ohio and helping give so many special athletes here in our city a chance to learn and grow and develop. Next up is PR Newswire Plane Pullers. They're another returner here to the CLE plane pull. Another team that does excellent work every year, coming out near the top, sometimes on top, and also has had men and women's division teams in the past. We'll stay tuned and see if they're going to have one this year. I'm loving that chick's hat. Did you see that sailor hat, that captain's hat? So fun. I love to see when people get costumes and themes going on. Here we go for returning PR Newswire plane pullers. Doing good. Again, they're experienced. Nice job. The captain knows that they did great. Nice work to the PR Newswire plane pullers. All right, next up is Team CLE, which is the official team of Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. That's right, they just don't put on this event every year with the Special Olympics. They also get involved by pulling the United Boeing 737. It's always fun to watch Team CLE get out there and be involved in this awesome event. They are ready to do this. And here goes Team CLE, the Cleveland Hopkins Airport team. They are moving. I wonder if, like United, because they're at the airport, if they get some extra practice time or not. They did awesome. Great job, Team CLE. Next up, we have Strongsville Fit Club, and like the name states, they've been in the gym and definitely ready to pull an over 150,000 pound plane. This beautiful United Boeing 737. you know, every year that I've been here and been involved, I'm just seeing more and more gyms get involved, which is really cool to see, and probably a whole nother level of competition between these gyms and CrossFits. They're looking pretty fit and ready to do this. And here we go for Strongsville Fit Club, showing how fit they are by pulling this United Boeing 737. Nice. Great job, Strongsville Fit Club. That is definitely going to be a team to beat. Talk about fast. And they're pulling it 12 feet. All right, next up, we have Muscles for Money. What a fun team name. And definitely shows that they're ready to pull this plane, but they've also probably raised a lot of money for the Special Olympics of Ohio. Yeah, I love when these teams get really creative with their names. And Muscles for Money is definitely a great one. Looks like they're coming up with their strategic plan. This is the first time for this group to be involved. All right, here goes Team Muscles for Money. Oh, it's tough. Show those muscles. All right. Great job to Team Muscles for Money. And they looked really excited and proud of how they did today. And they should be. All these teams should be today. Huge thank you to every organization, company, and person that got involved with helping raise money for Special Olympics of Ohio, and to come out here and just have fun pulling this great United Boeing 737. All right, up next we have the WCS CC crew. I'm loving her sunglasses. And they're off. Team WCS CC crew is at it. Nice job. That was fast. Next up, we have the Cleveland Police's co-ed team, which is always spearheaded by Captain Keith Sulzer. He always does such a great job at getting the team together year after year. This is their 8th year being involved, and CPD is always, as we heard earlier with Cleveland City Councilman Brian Casey, they are always winning. And as they should, right? We want our CPD to be tough enough to pull a United plane, and they definitely are. And with them is Sharita Taylor, who we spoke with earlier, who is with the Special Olympics of Ohio. She's an athlete, and recently just won a bunch of accolades as well. It's so great to see CPD and Councilman Casey and the Special Olympic athletes come out and do this event and fundraise. I mean, they have raised so much money over the years for Special Olympics of Ohio, which has just been fantastic and really appreciated. I always have so much fun watching CPD do this, and this is their co-ed team. They're going to be back later on also for the women's division and, of course, public safety division. Oh, and the men's division. That's right. They have a team in every category every year, and definitely the team to beat. Will they be getting another trophy? Let's see. Here they go. Team CPD's co-ed team. They are moving. Awesome. That was so fast. Great job to Team Cleveland Police Co-ed. Thank you again to our CPD. We really appreciate everything that you do. Thank you, Councilman Brian Casey. All right, Cleveland Police was the final team for the co-ed division. When we return, we're going to have the women's division. So stay tuned for more 2017 CLE plane pool here at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport.
Tchotchke, trinket, doodad, memento. Whatever you call it, we know there's a story behind it. That's why CLE gives you more chances to collect even more memories with more flights and lower fares to where you want to go the most. Less fare, more there. CLE, going places.
Welcome back to the 2017 CLE plane pool here at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. And up next is the women's division. First team up is going to be Constant Aviation 6. So again, just like with the co-ed division, this is teams of 20 people, but of course it's all the ladies. Constant Aviation has been a part of the plane pool year after year, and it's great to see them come out once again and have a ladies team that looks like they are ready to win. Constant Aviation is right over here by Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Here they go. Constant Aviation 6 is at it. That was really fast. Nice job, ladies of Constant Aviation. All right, up next we have Rhino Wheels, which is a fun name for a team. These teams of 20, you know, they have to raise a minimum of $750, as we've been saying today. So roughly $37.50 per person. But of course, these teams always exceed more. And all of it is going to the Special Olympics of Ohio. You know, last year this event raised over $48,000 for the organization and their athletes, which is just incredible, an incredible number. And here goes Rhino Wheels, the second team in the women's division. Great job, Rhino Wheels. Their wheels are definitely moving there. This is going to be a really tough competition in this division. All right, next up we have the CLE flight attendants. Really great to see these ladies come out and get involved in today's events. And being flight attendants, they obviously have some experience around a plane, so let's see how they pull it. Over 150,000 pounds, 12 feet. Will they beat the time of their competitors, Constant Aviation and Rhino Wheels so far? Oh, it looks like they have a Special Olympics athlete with them. I can't tell though if that is Sharita or Shay, but I see they have an athlete on their hands. That's definitely going to be awesome help for them. And here they go, the CLE flight attendants. It is not easy. That is a heavy plane. They got it. Nice job, CLE flight attendants. All right, the last team in the women's division today is the Cleveland Police women. Cleveland Police ladies have come out every year in support of this event and always come out on top. They're always one of our winners. We really appreciate CPD, especially our CPD women. Thank you so much for all that you do. And thank you for coming out and supporting the plane pool and Special Olympics of Ohio year after year. Some of these ladies, I believe, were just competing in the co-ed division. They'll have a heads up. They are lined up and ready to go. Here they go. Cleveland Police women are at it. Will they win the women's division this year? That was pretty fast timing. Great job to the Cleveland Police women, and thank you again. All right, that was it for the women's division. When we return, we're going to have the men's and public safety division, so stay tuned for more of the 2017 CLE plane pool.
Okay, let's go.
We're going inside of them, we're going outside of them.
Inside of them and outside of them.
And when we get them on the run once, we're gonna keep them on the run.
And we're not gonna pass until their secondary comes up too close.
And don't forget, we're gonna get them on the run. We're gonna go, 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 go.
We're not gonna stop until we get over that goal line.
And don't forget, today's the day.
We're gonna win.
They can't lick us, and that's how it goes.
The first platoon, go in there and fight, 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 fight.
What do you say, team?
What do you say, team?
What do you say, team?
Welcome back to the 2017 CLE plane pool at the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Next up is the men's division, and the first team is a returning team, Testosterones. The Testosterones are a part of CCBDD, the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities, who we saw earlier in the co-ed division. Now you might be confused because it's the men's division, you're seeing some ladies out there, but there is a rule where ladies are allowed to join in if they need to have someone fill in. Like I had said earlier, Testosterones is back again. They've come out to support year after year here at the Cleveland Plane Pool and do really well. And of course, they raise a lot of money for the Special Olympics of Ohio. And they're off. Nice work, Testosterones. That was awesome. They pulled that so fast. They're definitely going to be a team to beat in the men's division. All right, next up is Constant Aviation Team 4. You saw the first three competing in the co-ed division, and now Team 4 is in the men's. Constant Aviation has been involved with the plane pool for a long time now, many years, and they're located right over here by Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. They're always a fun team to watch. They always do really well. And it looks like this team is ready to win. Here they go, Constant Aviation's fourth team. They're moving really fast. Nice job, guys. I think every year this competition gets tougher and tougher. And like Councilman Casey said earlier, this event has grown where the first year they only had about 10 teams. And now in total, we have 53, I think, actually, for this year. It's really impressive and really great to see so many people come out to get involved to help raise money and awareness for Special Olympics of Ohio. Next is the fifth team from Constant Aviation, here competing in the men's division. It's so great to see Constant Aviation's teams just grow and grow every year. They have so many people, so many friends, family, and employees involved in raising money for Special Olympics of Ohio and competing to win that trophy as top team in their division. Let's see if they can top in the men's division and outdo their fellow co-workers from Team 4. There they go. It is so not easy. We're talking over 150,000 pounds here they're pulling. Great job, Constant Aviation Team 5. You know, teams like that make it look so easy, and it's not. Next in the men's division is the True Line 20. First time I've seen this group here at the Cleveland Plane Pool. They look tough. They look like they're ready to do this. Got some pretty muscular guys out there. And here goes the True Line 20. They're getting it. Nice work, guys. It's awesome to see groups like that, so excited to be out there and pulling the plane, and just such a fun day and such a unique experience for people to have, for teams to have. Another returning team coming up is Team Westlake. I'm really liking their t-shirts this year. Team Westlake has been a big supporter of this event and the Special Olympics of Ohio, and it's really nice to see them here again. Yeah, be their shirts. Get insane, pull a plane. That is right. That is a great motto. Let's see how insane they'll go on pulling this rope. And here goes Team Westlake. An exciting team to always watch. That is amazing timing from Team Westlake. They are now, I think, the team to beat in the men's division. Great job to Team Westlake. Here comes Team ATF Steel coming up to the rope. Let's see if these men are made of steel and can pull this United Boeing 737 12 feet in a fast time. You know, that last team we saw, Team Westlake, they were pretty fast. We've had some really good teams in this division. Testosterones, Constant Aviation, the True Line 20. How will ATV Steel stack up? There goes ATF Steel. Hear that grunting noise? They meant business. And they sure were fast. Great job, ATF Steel. And great to see them so into it. That was definitely an exciting pool to watch. Last but certainly not least is our Cleveland Police men. As we were talking to Councilman Brian Casey earlier, you know, these guys are always top. It's so hard to beat them. And they get so involved. They have raised so much money for Special Olympics of Ohio and have been involved since the beginning of this event. We appreciate not only that, but everything that the Cleveland Police Department does for our community. Let's see if they'll reclaim their crown in the men's division. Look at them go. The men of our CPD. That was fast. Great job, guys. This is going to be a really tough division. But stay tuned to see who came out on top. That's it for our men's division, but we have one more to go. It's our public safety division. The first team up is one that has come back year after year. I love to say their name. It's the Bruise Plane Crazy Crew. And they're here to give CPD a run for their money in the public safety division. And they're off. Bruise Plane Crazy Crew. Great job. That is so fast. That may be the fastest time today. It's like you blink and they've already moved that plane 12 feet. And thanks again for participating, Bruise Plane Crazy Crew. It's always fun to watch you compete in the public safety and other divisions. Last up in the public safety division and for today's 2017 plane pool is the Cleveland Police, here to defend their title. I know I said it before, but I can't say it enough. I really thank the Cleveland Police Department for all that they do in protecting our community and for raising money for the Special Olympics of Ohio year after year. They've raised so much these past 8 years, and they have been involved since day one. They have a team in every division, and they do what they can to support everyone. And it's really wonderful to watch them. They are ready to go. Here they go, Cleveland Police. Will they be faster than Bruce playing Crazy Crew? That was awesome. Great job, Cleveland Police. Great work. That's going to be tough. But this competition always is. That's all for your 2017 CLE plane pool here at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, benefiting the Special Olympics of Ohio. Thank you to all the teams that participated today and fundraised for the great organization. Thank you to our guests for speaking with us. And thank you for watching. Up next, we're going to have the official winners.
Great moments are born from great opportunity, and that's what you have here tonight.
That's what you've earned here tonight.
One game.
If we played them 10 times, they might win 9.
But not this game. Not tonight.
Tonight we compete with them. Tonight we stay with them. And we shut them down. Because we can.
Tonight we are the greatest hockey team.
Greatest hockey team in the world.
You were born to be hockey players.
Every one of you. And you were meant to be here tonight.
This is your time.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great hockey team they have.
Forget them.
This is your time.
Now go out there and take it.
First, the co-ed division. Third place went to Constant Aviation with a time of 6.92 seconds. The second place trophy was awarded to Just Plain Nuts at 6.73 seconds. And coming in first, the men and women in blue, the Cleveland Police, finished an impressive 6.62 seconds. Third place in the all-female division went to the Rhino Wheels with a time of 9.03 seconds. Cleveland Police women came in second at 8.28 seconds. And the ladies from Constant Aviation walked away with the first place trophy, pulling the plane in 7.4 seconds. Moving on to the men's division. ATF Steel came in third with a time of 6.34 seconds. Second place went to the Cleveland Police men at 6.33 seconds. And Team Westlake nabbed the first place trophy with a time of 6.02 seconds. And finally, the Public Safety Division. The Cleveland Police Department edged out Bruce Plain Crazy Crew for their second first place finish of the day. The true winner of the day, however, was the Special Olympics of Ohio. The plane pool managed to pull in over $70,000 to help provide year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports for individuals with intellectual disabilities. Thanks to everyone who participated in this year's plane pool, and we'll see you back here next year.